Hey guys, it's Lauren, your manifestation coach, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything having to do with personal development, manifesting, and the law of attraction. In today's video, I want to talk about what to do when you're feeling stuck in your manifestation and what to do when you feel like really you don't know how to get out of the situation that you're in, when all the circumstances are just looking pretty terrible. How do you get out of those kinds of situations, and how do you get yourself back on track to your manifestation? And if you guys are interested in some one-on-one coaching, all the information for that is down in the description below. So I know exactly what you guys are feeling right now if you're in that stuck feeling. Okay, it really feels like all the circumstances are terrible. You might be feeling so down, maybe even anxious, maybe feeling like you messed something up, okay, or that you made a huge mistake on the way to your manifestation. But I want to tell you guys that it's not possible to mess up your manifestation. I've felt that stuck feeling about 1,000,000 times in my life, and I know that it can feel so real. I know that the 3D circumstances can feel like they are the realest thing that is happening right now, and that it's so tangible, and that these circumstances are never going to lead to your desired outcome or your manifestation. I understand. So what I want to do in this video is really help you guys stay on track to your manifestation and not give up on your desire. I know how easy it is to say, oh, I just want to give up, but I want you to understand that there are infinite numbers of ways in which your manifestation can come to pass. Okay, there are literally infinite numbers of ways. And right now from this situation, you might not be able to see the bigger picture. You might be stuck in that small mindset view and being like, but this circumstance happened, or they said this to me, or they said they never want to see me again, or, I don't see how I could ever have that lifestyle that I want when I'm living over here and I want to be over there. Whatever is the circumstance that you're caught up on right now, I'm here to tell you that that circumstance can be resolved. There are infinite numbers of ways actually that they can be resolved. Just from our limited perspective, from our small mindset, we think that that's it, that there's no way to really get out of that situation. I know when people also want to give up, they want to just give up on that thing because they're like, oh, it's too hard to get that thing. I'll just try to get this other thing. But why it's really important to not give up on your desires, because if you give up on your desire now, you're honestly just going to face the same challenge down the line in a slightly different package. Maybe it'll be a different person, a different job opportunity, a different, challenge that might come up. It might look slightly different, but actually you're going to see that it is still challenging the same parts of your self-concept. It will usually challenge the same ideals that you've had about yourself. So maybe it'll be your ideals of unworthiness, or maybe it'll be that you believe that you don't deserve that thing, or maybe you think you're not smart enough or pretty enough or good enough or, talented enough to get that thing that you want. So those things within the self-concept will always be triggered up again later on in life if you don't deal with them in this situation. So see this situation as really just an opportunity to grow your self-concept to reach the level that you need to be at to get the thing that you want. So don't shy away from it. Actually lean into it, because then all the work that you're doing is never wasted. All right. All the work that you're doing on your self-concept, on who you are, what you think you can have, how you think the world works, your belief system, your emotional self-control, that's something you're going to take with you throughout your entire life. So the time in the middle is not wasted. Okay, so really what it comes down to, the only reason you may not have your desire right now is because you are actually not the person who has that thing. Okay, so I know it may sound a little complicated, but it's actually really simple. It's your self-concept does not match the person who would have that thing. Okay, so you have doubts about the self, fears about yourself, about your worth, your value, your ability. Somewhere in there is a block in the self about you having that thing. You might think that you are not worth having that person or that job or that career or that lifestyle, or you have some kind of block to it within your beliefs about yourself or your beliefs about how the world works in general. So you might be feeling like you can't have your manifestation at this very moment. You might be feeling like, there's no way that that person could like me or that they'd want to be with me. There's no way that I could get that career. There's no way that I could get, into that school. There's no way that I can have that lifestyle, that freedom lifestyle that I want, or that amount of money in the bank. Okay, I know that it feels like that right now, and it feels very, very real. I know I've been there. Okay, but I'm here to tell you today that those thoughts are actually an illusion. They're a very persistent illusion. They're an illusion that just keeps, it seems so real and so tangible, but it is actually, in fact, an illusion. So in coaching, what I essentially do is I go deep with my clients to help them understand what are the limiting beliefs that they have about themselves and the world that is blocking them from the desire. Because right now where you guys are, you're probably thinking, what I want doesn't want me. I want that one thing and it doesn't want me back. But actually, and this is part of the illusion, that's not what's happening at all. Okay, it's not that what you want doesn't want you back. It's actually that you are in a process of self-rejection. That's right, you yourself are actually constantly rejecting your own self. Because you see, when it comes down to your desire, you don't need to convince anybody else. Okay, the only person you need to convince is yourself. And you know what? That is actually one of the more difficult tasks. It's much easier to want to go outside and take all this 3D action and try to convince the other person, try to convince, the job that you have the qualifications, try to convince, anyone else basically besides yourself. But that's the hardest part, is sitting alone with yourself and changing the internal beliefs, thoughts, and emotions that you have to reflect the desire that you want. So you don't need to convince anybody outside of yourself that you're worthy. The only person you need to convince is you. Just you. Okay, yep, that's it. Don't try to convince anyone else. Convince you and be persistent in that knowing. I want you guys to ask yourself this question very honestly, and I want you to start working on it this week, okay? Do you, by yourself, believe that you are worthy of the thing that you're asking for? Do you think you deserve it? Or do you think that there are blocks that you have in your mind about why you may not deserve that thing? Okay, because that is what really needs to be worked on, is your feelings of worthiness for that thing, your feelings of claiming that that thing is actually yours now. Okay, it's not enough to just say this thing is mine. It's to really believe within yourself that you deserve that thing, and to work on all the blocks surrounding that idea as to why you may not be worthy of that thing. So can you convince yourself that you are worthy of the thing that you want? Can you then take that idea and keep it consistent in your mind no matter what you're seeing in your 3D circumstances? Can you keep telling yourself that again, day in and day out? I'll tell you from my experience, a lot of people say, oh, I can't manifest. But actually what they can't do is hold an idea in their mind for any length of time. Most people can't hold one idea in their mind for more than a few minutes or a few hours, let alone a few days or weeks. And this is why things don't have time to manifest. So if you can hold the idea that you are worthy of your desire, even in the face of things looking the opposite, and knowing that your worthiness is not based on that external validation, that you don't need to convince anybody except for yourself, you will get your manifestation. Okay, you just need to be persistent. So this is why I talk a lot about my channel that everything is self-concept, because it really is. I know we get a little bit more philosophical on this channel, but really that's what it comes down to. So guys, the moral of this video is convince yourself that you are deserving of that thing by any means necessary, and you will get your desire. All right, guys, I hope this video helped you. I'm going to try and do more videos like this to help pick you up when you're feeling a little bit down, and reminding you guys of your power and your worth and your ability to get what you want. If you like that idea, let me know and leave a comment down below. If you guys haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do hit the bell notification when you subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. In the meantime, here are 2 more great videos for you. I'm going to put them up on the screen, one over here and one over here. And I will see you guys in the next video.